the typical thrust that you get on a MiG-21 that allows you to go really, really fast. Especially when you're, higher altitude. I think MiG-21's kind of renowned for that, especially in the brackets that they're playing. And before I get hard stuck on this vehicle, I switch over to the Swedish editions that are coming into the game. First things that we have here is the Nobats.
Now, pop the detail sheet back on.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I don't know why it closed. Now, this thing kind of looks quirky. It has a launcher with 4 AIM-9X. So this is more of a short system in general. Quite small.
Basically a Swedish version
Swedish
of
array of variety of ground
Swedish version of
between the LD and the NASAMS. And then the second vehicle on
the EDL, basically something
like
that.
The premium version, I just want to briefly mention.
A bit longer range than the ELD, from what I know.
You have the strong, AGAS engine, and you have a variety of options for, for ground support. Not the most outlandish vehicle, but
yeah, I mean it's an option that wasn't really there for like a premium. And there's quite a few of these this update where there's like gaps in premiums being filled by like unintrusive things that aren't like locking anything out of the tree. They're usually just slightly different versions of stuff we have. So as options basically.
Yeah.
There's a few of those.
Then one additional vehicle that I want to mention like this on the French tree is the F-16AM. Now this is the Belgian version of the plane. It is sitting, and I want to.
Got it.
We already have a F-16AM in the tech tree, so this is just a premium version as an option in the French tree.
Yeah, again, the intention is to have like an unintrusive premium that's not locking anything out.
I will teaser one thing.
F-16 copy paste. Yeah. AIM-9Ms.
This is an F-16 that doesn't have them, but we will see some in the future that will have a certain new type of missile.
A bit worse version of the AIM-120C.
But before we do that, Tom has the next vehicle in line.
Yeah, it's now on to me for a little bit.
Yes. Switch over to you.
Yeah, we can start with this Belgian Leopard, the 1A5. It's a unique model, but functionally it's basically the same as the other versions. It's more, again, like a lineup vehicle, because something that France did kind of struggle with was the jump between the non-stabilized AMX, like the late versions, into the stabilized 32. And this adds a little bit of ballast to that lineup, because beforehand, if you wanted to play 9.3 or 9.7, you had 2 stabilized vehicles, like which were standard tanks. And the support that lineup had was quite bad, because you're fighting quite high BR with non-stabilized stuff. And so this adds another option, basically. It's completely a lineup vehicle with the intention of being one. And but there are quite a few things for France later in the year. Nothing else yet. But yeah, so I appreciate right now it's like there's a Leopard and like an F-16. It's not outwardly the most exciting additions. They're more kind of functional additions. But there is going to be some more stuff later in the year, which will be quite cool.
The
Belgian Leopard here is more of a lineup vehicle. We do have like a bit of artifacting when you move the camera around. Please forgive that.
English.
Also, while we're here, there's a new decal feature. Yeah, as you know, I'm a fan. Just favorites. You can now favorite stuff if you want, and then it will appear here. It's a way to keep track of the things you like, or keep track of things you want to unlock.
Will that really help you? You just favorite all of them.
Of course, yes. Also, they're not ready to show yet, but there are a lot of new unlockable decals coming this update for Navy and Hungary, Italy, some other nations as well. We're getting their own decals. So the ones for Japan are kind of cool. They're the ship destroyer inscription, so hopefully people like those. Anyway, that's enough of that. Yeah. I will now show you Jean Bar, which is, I think I said that right. Sorry, France. This is the premium version of the battleship line. It's a bit different, not too different. It's basically a slightly more vulnerable version of Richelieu. It has 20% less crew.
Nie mogli tego skipnąć, nikogo nie interesuje to
stacking
gówno
on
zwane
that. The only other real tangible difference is that the reload is slightly faster. It's 2 shots per minute instead of 1.8, so it's 3 seconds faster.
Od razu najpierw czołgi, samoloty,
probably not enough of an advantage to justify losing 20% of the crew, which is a bit of a shame. Also, The actual placement of the crew, I would say, is kind of worse. They are all like stacked here, whereas on Richelieu they are a bit more spread out. So knocking this thing out via crew death is pretty easy. But of course, you can rack them pretty consistently if you have a good ship.
I skip the
Yeah, the anti-air
shit.
defense is better. It's well,
Nikt nie jest
it is better,
zainteresowany
but
tym
the anti-air defense
czymś.
that Richelieu already had is already good enough for what you
Czołgi,
need most of the
samoloty
time. But
najwięcej
it is
im
still
dają.
so you're kind of sacrificing survivability with slightly better offense, but it's not really super tangible. But anyway, it's a cool ship. There's also a few naval mechanics. Boiler rooms can now explode, which looks very cool. The effects are pretty nice. And also something which is hugely appreciated by me is if you have, like on this example, 2 turrets and you get your ammo rack for turret 1 popped, turret 2 will start to refill turret 1. So you're not permanently locked out of an entire turret. It will slowly refill, which is really nice, as it can be kind of tedious if you lost your first turret early in the game and then you're just like pootling along with 1 turret having half your firepower. So it's a nice change, and hopefully...
Okej. To mogło już być dawno zaimplementowane, ale twórcy tego nie pomyśleli. Nie pomyśleli o tym.
It's a fella. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just...
Co to jest? Kurde, rybacki z małym ciałem na środku.